I'm Nathan, and he's Guy Adami, and this is Generation Money.
I actually do have a question for both of you. As a younger generation, I just wanted to know, how do you think is the best way to get into the stock market? You know, like, as someone that doesn't have a lot of disposable income, you know, what do you think the best ways are, and what do you suggest going forward?
All right, I got one. Skip those $8 lattes. Open up a tax-advantaged account. It could be an IRA, or maybe when you get into the workforce, a 401k, and just add little bits of money. If you start doing that in your early to mid-20s and you use a compound calculator to look out 40 years, when you actually can take the money out of an IRA or a 401k, that's how you get rich slowly.
You know what, Laura, there's a saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today, and that's true with investing. So the amount doesn't matter because you're investing in yourself. Put away a few dollars a month, invest in the market, invest in what you know, and in a few years, I think you'll be shocked at how well you're doing.
Thank you so much. One more question. Being in the fashion industry, I'm just wondering, you know, what are some differences you see from the fashion industry from any other industry that you've been a part of?
Well, being that I wear the same clothes that I wore when I was in college, I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Dan?
You know, it's funny. I have two daughters. They're probably your age too. And, you know, this whole idea of fast fashion, how things come in and out, that sort of thing, hopefully that doesn't happen in the stock market as much. Guy and I have been tracking different industries, and they go in and out, but over time, not like in such a short period of time. So when I think about your industry, you just have to be up to speed on everything that's going on. What are the trends? Who are the competition? Not just here, but globally, that sort of thing. And these are some of the concepts that we use when we're looking at individual stocks or industries and how we invest money.
That's a really interesting perspective. Thank you.
You know, Laura, in our business, there's a saying, specialty retailers where hope goes to die. And if you look at over the last decade or so, Under Armour was everybody's darling for a period of time. That fell off the cliff. And more recently, Lululemon was doing extraordinarily well in terms of the stock. And over the last 6 to 9 months, that's fallen off a cliff. And why? Because competition comes very quickly in today's world.
I actually have a really interesting perspective on that. I'm currently a sales associate at Lululemon, right on Fifth Avenue, and you look out the window, you see an Alo, a Viore, right down the block. I'm sure there's many more, but it's just really interesting to see all the competition that's kind of popped up in the last few years for us. And I definitely think it's taken a toll on the foot traffic in the store and even online as well.
Hey, you missed a couple because I live in that neighborhood. Athleta's there, On Cloud, and New Balance. It's just like a free-for-all there. And you think about competition, what Guy just mentioned, you really have to drill down on what the trends and what they're working at and what the sentiment is. That's the way we think about it in the stock market. Are people overly bearish on a certain area? I go back to that whole neighborhood. You know what used to be in there? Nike. You know where Nike's stock is? It's at like a 10-year low or something like that. They left, Viore and On went in there, and I think those are some of the things that if you keep your antennas up, those are probably great instincts, not only in your business, but also as you're investing in the stock market.